Good day, guys. This is the Cayenne Buzz TV, and we are back again to talk about why I am so afraid of the Dax Blood. Okay? And I'm just going to be objective with you guys today, and you can make your decision based on what I've said or the information that you've experienced for yourself. Okay? So, I've had experience with two different strains of the Dax Blood, and they didn't have good results, because everybody is asking me every time I comment about the Dax Blood, did I own Dax Blood? Yes. Okay. For starters, my partner and I, we did a breeding to this female. As you see here, she had a phenom. She was a phenom descendant. She had very mild allergies. She would randomly break out because we never got her allergy tested, so we didn't know. And the person that he actually bought her from never told him that she had allergies. So one day we just saw her with a lot of hives on her. We took her to the vet. They said that we needed to. They just recommended giving her a Benadryl, and every time that we did that, her skin would be back to normal in about 2 to 3 hours. So it was something that we didn't think would be a major problem, and we bred her with my Camelot and Gaudy male that I had, and we got a black tri male from the litter, and a purple tri, but one of the puppies died. That was the female, puppy that died. And this was probably my first experience, I think, with allergies and breeding. So when we bred them, the black tri male that we got, months later we found out that he had the exact same results from the allergies. So we found out that it was hereditary, and from that we had made a decision that we weren't going to breed dogs again that had allergies. Now, that was our first experience. The second experience is now the male I have on the left, on the side of me here. He was sweet and low blood, bred to Chumper. And we know Chumper is also a grandson of Dax. And this dog has had allergies like I've never seen before or anything else. He was allergic to most of the grass that we had in the Bahamas. He was allergic to 4 different kinds of meat. And the only way antibiotics and the medication worked on him was intravenously, which meant that the veterinarian had to put the medication in his veins. She had to use a needle. Any other pill or liquid would only work for a day or two. And I had been working on his allergic reactions for months. I had spent easily $2,000 additionally after I got him, just trying to deal with the issues that he had. And I don't want anybody to experience that. That was the worst experience I've ever had. So I ended up placing him with a friend who could keep him inside of his house at the time, which was the agreement that I made, so that any of the outside elements would have no effect on him, and his allergies would be somewhat contained. And the third situation that we almost got into was Lucky Luciano's daughter. But I made a post a couple of videos ago about a guy who talked about a puppy from that same litter. Now, I ended up not getting the puppy from the litter because the deal just fell through, and my partner and I, we didn't have enough money at the time. And now the guy made this post some years later saying that the exact same litter, the female he bought had allergic reactions and other health conditions, and that he wasn't going to breed her. So that would have been, I got saved from that situation, but that would have been my third situation dealing with health issues and skin issues with Dax Blood, with 3 different strains of Dax. That would have been Phenom, it would have been Chumper, and it would have been Lucky Luciano. So when I tell you guys that I'm afraid to use Dax Blood, this is the reason why. I haven't had, now I get good results in terms of the bully features, the bone, the head, the neck, things of that nature. But when it comes to health, I have never had success with the Dax Blood. There will be people who will tell me, oh, you just don't know how to breed it. But like I said before, you cannot beat genetics, okay? And if you inbreed those same bad genetics, it is going to come back to haunt you, I promise you. I've also had another dog that I bought. I was an XL. When I was into XLs, that had an allergic reaction to chicken, but he was red bear bred to a caribou daughter, and he ended up dying, but not from health issues. And he had the chicken allergy. That was an easy fix because all I had to do was get him food that didn't contain chicken, and it was simple. So when I'm talking about allergies and Dax Blood, there are obviously levels to allergies, but the ones that I've encountered with the Dax Blood were unmanageable. I think it was just also too much, and it's not something that you want to include in breeding stock if you have a breeding program. I've also realized that a lot of American bully breeders don't tell you the truth when their dogs have allergies or other health issues, and unfortunately that is why I've had to endure some of the experiences that I've had, and that I've had to lose the money that I have had to lose just trying to figure out what was going on. So that is my experience with the Dax Blood. Hopefully now you understand why I always preach against it, or preach that you should try to have it as far back in your pedigree as possible, or that when you breed, you don't compound it and inbreed it, or that you breed away from it, okay? Of course there are dogs with Dax Blood that don't have allergies, but it's also a chance you're taking. And I think it's something that you have to realize. But you know, for me and us here at Lucayan Bulls, it's not something that we are going to really try to invest in because of our own personal experiences. So I'd like you to take the time and comment and tell us what your experience has been with the Dax Blood. All right, so I just gave you 3 examples of 3 different strains of the Dax Blood: Chumper, Phenom, and Lucky Luciano, that I've had experiences with, and they've all had allergies that could possibly be hereditary, and they're also cases that I don't want to deal with in the future, and I don't think you want to deal with when you purchase an American Bully. So the only common denominator there is Dax. So you have the ability right now to make up your own mind about Dax, but the evidence about Dax is overwhelming for the health issues and the allergies. Even I know another individual that has Rocco Blood, where she purchased 3 dogs, 2 that have allergies and 1 that had a heart murmur that they had to return. And if that's not my personal experience, but it was another individual's, and that is another example, which would be Rocco, a 4th strain of Dax with the same issues. So you do the math, okay? But I just want to present that information to you, and you can make up your own mind and do what it is. But if you guys need advice, you guys need help, I am here. I just want to be objective based on my own personal experiences, and that is why I choose to stay away from the Dax Blood if I can. I love you guys. See you next time.